Without a doubt, Live with Kelly and Mark showed a new side to co-host, Mark Consuelos. While Kelly Ripa was out gallivanting around, Mark was the king of the castle. After her return, Kelly was bombarded with surprising bachelorisms that haunted their home in her absence. Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa give each other space. During a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa reviewed their weekend activities. Although the couple just celebrated 28 years of marriage, they at times take little breaks from one another. Just recently, Mark took an extended vacation to go see their Italian soccer team play for a huge win. Over the past weekend, that was the case with Kelly taking time away instead. While Kelly was taking in fabulous food and fashion over the weekend, Mark was left behind. Kelly Ripa enjoys her getaway. Kelly Ripa had ventured to Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, with her niece. Within an Instagram photo, she even reshares one photo from the president of SCAD, Paula Wallace's page. In the photo, they are attending a fashion show sitting near one another. Likewise, when Kelly talks about SCAD on the live show, Paula Wallace also adds a clip to her Instagram stories in return. However, while Kelly and her niece were having a glorious time, she had no idea what her hubby was up to in her absence. Kelly Ripa gives Mark Consuelos full reign to play the weekend away. When Kelly Ripa took off for her weekend getaway, she was unaware of the mischief Mark Consuelos would be up to. During the Live with Kelly and Mark show, Mark had boatloads of sports news to cover. Unbeknownst to Kelly, Mark was having the time of his life staying home alone. Furthermore, he didn't seem to mind missing out on coastal Italian dining in Savannah, Georgia, which Kelly was eager to report on. Instead, he delightfully shares, "I got to watch sports and sports and sports." Additionally, Kelly pointed out Mark was loving his revisit to bachelorhood over the weekend. Mark Consuelos was living it up upon her return. She walked into a house full of disarray. Unquestionably, every toilet seat was up in every bathroom. Likewise, her welcome home was a greeting of piles and piles of laundry everywhere. According to Kelly, Mark Consuelos likes to heap up the laundry in the bathroom corners. At one point, recalls he even shocked her by moving some of the clothes to the proper place, the hamper. Notably, it was such an uncharacteristic action that it was baffling, and she exclaims, "May God strike me dead." To which Mark replies, "That's a bad habit. I'm not going to do that anymore." But his childlike ambitions got to run free during the weekend of endless rules. Mark confesses, "When you are gone, it's like," then he giddily explains, "I had golf on in one room. I had Formula One on in the kitchen." With extreme excitement, he exclaims, "I was drunk with power." What do you think about Mark Consuelos' weekend of fun alone? Do you think it was surprising to Kelly Ripa upon her return? Are you enjoying the Live with Kelly and Mark show? Right. When it comes to Live with Kelly and Mark, fans have grown accustomed to the rhythm of Kelly Ripa's quick wit and Mark Consuelos' charming banter. But as any long-running show or marriage will tell you, sometimes absence stirs up the most interesting stories. This week, that absence belonged to Kelly Ripa, and in her place, a stage all to himself for her husband, Mark Consuelos. The phrase, "when the cat's away, the mice will play," has rarely felt more appropriate. Except in this case, it wasn't so much a mischievous mouse as it was a husband getting his first taste of complete freedom on one of morning television's most unpredictable platforms. Kelly's brief departure. Kelly's absence wasn't scandalous. No sudden walkout, no dramatic spat. In fact, it was scheduled. She was away tending to a personal project, something she hinted at on air for weeks. Viewers expected Mark to hold down the fort, which he dutifully did. But what no one anticipated was just how much playing he would do without his wife's steadying presence beside him. The opening moments of the show, usually filled with Kelly's mix of teasing anecdotes and razor-sharp commentary, had a different feel. Mark leaned into his solo moment, cracking jokes, laughing loudly at his own missteps, and even tossing in stories that Kelly usually cuts short with her iconic, "Okay, moving on." Fans on social media were quick to notice. Mark was looser, louder, and maybe even a little cheeky without Kelly around. One viewer tweeted, "Kelly's away and Mark is living his best life on that stage." The guest host experiment. Instead of tackling the job entirely alone, Mark was joined by a series of guest co-hosts, old friends of the show, and a few surprising newcomers. The chemistry varied, but the through line was the same. Mark relished the opportunity to steer the ship. He joked that he was auditioning for his solo act, and fans couldn't decide if he was kidding. With each episode, the energy shifted into something that felt less like live as we know it and more like Mark's morning hour. He told embarrassing family stories, confessed to ordering takeout every night since Kelly left, and admitted that he let the dogs sleep in their bed, even though Kelly has a strict no pets on pillows rule. In a way, viewers got a peek at what life in the Consuelos household looks like when Mark is left in charge. The playful side of Mark. While Kelly often jokes that her husband is the more serious of the two, this week revealed quite the opposite. He danced onto the stage during one entrance, attempted to juggle during a commercial break, and at one point pretended he couldn't read the teleprompter just to get laughs. Producers, usually tight-lipped about on-set antics, let slip that Mark was having the time of his life. And while Kelly often keeps the show on track, Mark happily leaned into detours. He extended cooking segments, sampled cocktails a little too eagerly during a mixology demo, and even tried to convince one fitness instructor to make the routine less workout and more nap time. Fans adored the silliness. Ratings didn't dip during Kelly's absence. If anything, they spiked, with people tuning in to see just how far Mark might go. Did Kelly approve? Of course, the big question loomed. What did Kelly think about her husband's week of play? According to behind-the-scenes chatter, Kelly was watching every episode. And while she reportedly laughed hysterically at his antics, she also texted producers with reminders to rein him in. "Tell them to stop drinking cocktails before noon," one message allegedly read. Another, sent during a particularly chaotic segment, simply said, "He's out of control." When Kelly finally returned, the reunion on air was telling. She walked out to thunderous applause, gave Mark a knowing side-eye, and quipped, "I leave for 1 week, and suddenly this is a frat house." Mark, smiling ear to ear, shrugged and said, "What can I say? I was just keeping the seat warm." Audience reactions. Fans were divided, but in the best possible way. Some loved seeing a more playful Mark, declaring he should be given more space to shine. Others missed Kelly's balancing energy, saying the show felt like it had gone rogue. One fan summed it up perfectly. "Kelly is the queen of structure, Mark is the king of chaos. Together, they're magic. Apart, let's just say, he throws one heck of a party." A glimpse into their marriage. Perhaps the most intriguing part of Kelly's absence was what it revealed about the Consuelos' marriage. On air, Mark's stories painted him as a husband who sometimes bends rules when left unsupervised, but always in a loving, lighthearted way. He admitted that he tried cooking but ended up setting off the smoke alarm. He confessed that their kids rolled their eyes at his newfound TV freedom, texting their mom things like, "Dad's embarrassing us on national television again." It wasn't just TV. It was a window into their dynamic. Kelly, the polished professional, keeps the ship steady. Mark, left to his own devices, throws a party. And together, they balance one another in a way that has kept fans fascinated for decades. The aftermath. When Kelly returned, producers noticed a shift. Mark was still playful, but he dialed it back. Kelly reclaimed her throne with ease, guiding the conversations and putting her husband back into his usual co-host rhythm. Still, fans are buzzing about whether Mark might get another chance at solo hosting, or if ABC might consider giving him a spin-off project where his playful energy can fully thrive. For now, though, the duo is back in their groove, laughing side by side as if nothing happened. Yet viewers won't forget the week Kelly stepped away and Mark took over. Conclusion. In the world of daytime television, change is risky, but Kelly's brief absence gave fans something unexpected. A glimpse of Mark Consuelos unleashed. And while Kelly may joke about reining him in, there's no denying that he brought a different flavor of fun to the show. So, did Mark play while Kelly was away? Absolutely. He played on stage, played with the audience, and played with the idea of what life could look like without its longtime queen. But like any good game, it eventually had to end. Kelly returned, balance was restored, and the Consuelos team was once again complete. Still, fans can't help but wonder, next time Kelly takes a break, just how far will Mark take his playtime?